Today is your day. Oh, girl. Well, guess what? You still woke up thinking about everyone else. And it's not because you forgot it was Mother's Day, because thinking about everyone else is so automatic for you that it does not even register as a choice anymore. It's like it just runs before your feet hit the floor, before you had one single moment to yourself. It's like the list is already going, huh? Like, what does everyone need today? Well, what time is everyone coming? Is everything in order? Did anyone remember the thing you asked about 3 times last week? Did Johnny take out that garbage? Did Susie get on over there and do her homework? And here's what nobody is going to say to you today, so I'm going to say it. The fact that you cannot turn that off even today is not just who you are. Girl, that is a pattern. And it has been costing you for a very long time. It's like you could smile through the whole day, right? You could say thank you. You hug your kids. You make everyone feel good. And then you sit down at the end of all of that and you feel completely empty inside. Like the day was supposed to be yours and somehow it still ended up being about everyone else. And nobody sees that because from where they're standing, you really look fine. Like you always look fine, but not today. Today, I want to talk about that, the real version of this day, like the one that does not make it into the post. I'm Patty the Connector, the problem-solving queen, and I want you to feel seen today, not inspired. There is a difference, and today, we're going with the truth. So last week, we talked about the decision you have been sitting on, the job, the relationship, the life that does not quite fit anymore. If you haven't seen it, just go back and watch that one if you missed it, because everything in this season is going to connect. But today I want to go somewhere personal, because there are things about this day that need to be said out loud that most people would not say. So here's the one thing I want you to hold on to from this whole episode. The reason you cannot rest without guilt is not because you have not done enough. It's because somewhere along the way you learned that your value is in your output, that the moment you stop producing, you stop mattering. That resting means something is being neglected. That is not a scheduling problem, sis. That is a belief problem. And you cannot fix a belief problem with a better routine. So say that back to yourself, because everything else I'm about to say is going to connect to that. So I want to take you back, right? My mom passed away in 2006. So this year makes 20 years since she's been gone. And every year around this time, I feel her absence in a way that does not get smaller, right? If anything, I feel like it gets heavier, like very heavy. Because the older I get, the more I understand what she was carrying. Like the more I wish I could sit across from her and say, Mom, I get you now, girl. I finally understand. And I remember she told me something when I was young that I have never let go of. She looked at me and she said, I was becoming the woman she always wanted to be. And it wasn't because my life was going to be easy, but because she could see something in me that she never fully got to be herself. And she made decisions based on the options she felt she had. Like she held everything together. Like she kept moving alone by herself and without ever asking anyone to carry any of it with her. And she gave everything she had to the people she loved without ever stopping to ask what she needed. She did not have a name for what she was carrying, but I do now. And I want to share it with you today because the moment I named it, it started losing its grip on me. So before we go any further, I want you to do one thing right now. Take 10 minutes today, just 10, and write down everything you are actually carrying. This is not your to-do list, right? I want you to write down the real weight, the things that live in your head that nobody else is tracking but you. And we're going to come back to this. What you are carrying has a name. And once you have a name for it, you start seeing it everywhere. I call it the invisible load. And what I mean by that is it's everything that you manage, that you track, plan, and worry about, that nobody sees and nobody thinks to ask you about. And I'm not talking about what is on your calendar. I'm talking about what lives in your head rent-free every single day. It is knowing every person in your household schedule, what their moods are, their needs, their appointments, before they even think to mention them. And it's being the one who notices the food is running low, the bill is coming due, the kids are struggling before they say a word about it. It's holding the emotional temperature of your entire family while also managing your own. Girl, it's that permission slip that you gotta sign. The school emails, the teacher conferences, the pediatrician appointments, the dentist, the therapy. I mean, the extracurriculars and who needs to be where and when and what they need to bring. I mean, the list go on and on and on. And all of that is on top of your job, your friendships, your own health, like your own dreams that keep getting pushed to the bottom of the list. Sis, that's the invisible load. And here's what makes it invisible. It never makes it onto anyone else's radar because you handle it so completely that nobody realizes it's even happening. You have become so good at carrying it that the people around you stop thinking about whether you need help with it anyway. And it's not because they don't love you, because you train them not to. You train them by always having it handled, by always saying, I'm fine, by never letting the seam show. But you are tired, like tired, and nobody notices because you are still performing fine. And here's where it starts to feel even heavier for you. The invisible load is not just exhausting, it's isolating. Because when you are the one who sees everything and holds everything, you start to feel deeply alone in it. Even a house full of people, even surrounded by people who love you, you are the only one who sees the whole picture. And carrying the whole picture by yourself is one of the loneliest things a woman can do. And you're probably thinking right now, but Patty, this is just what being a mother looks like. Okay, I get it, sis. I understand. Motherhood is very demanding. I know. I got two. But there is a difference between the natural weight of raising a family and the pattern that says everything has to go through you. Like that you just got to be the one always for everything without anyone sharing it. And that second part, that is the invisible load, and it is running you. And I want to tell you where it came from. Because when you understand the origin of a pattern, you stop blaming yourself for it. Think about the woman who raised you. Were they building the life they wanted? Or were they holding everything together so that you could eventually have a chance to build yours? Most of us came from women who gave everything they had, and we watched them do it. And somewhere in our minds, it got filed away as this is what a woman does, right? She puts everyone else first. She handles it. She stays strong, and she does not make it about herself. And now you're here doing the exact same thing. It's not because someone told you to, because it was the only model most of us were given. And here's the uncomfortable part. The model was built for surviving, not for building, not for thriving, surviving. And you are trying to build a full, intentional life from a survival blueprint. And something keeps not working the way you thought it would. And you keep wondering what you're doing wrong. Nothing is wrong with you. You are just building from the wrong foundation. So let me show you something different. Imagine a version of you where the people in your life actually share the weight with you, right? Where you can say what you need and actually receive it. Where rest does not feel like something you have to earn. Where you can have the day that is actually yours without still being the one holding everything together inside of it. That version exists. She is not a fantasy, okay? She is just you without the weight you were never supposed to carry along. So the woman on the other side of the invisible load is not a different woman. She has the same heart, the same love for her family, the same drive, but she has stopped treating herself like the last person on the list. She has stopped performing fine when she is not. And she has started letting people in instead of handling everything before they get a chance. And something shifts around her when she does. The people in her life start showing up differently. And not because they changed, because she did. So if that version of you is possible, and I am telling you she is, what is actually standing between where you are and where she is? Take a second with that. Really, sit in it. Because the answer is not your circumstances. It is not the people around you. It's not your schedule or your income or your situation. It is the belief that has been running underneath all of it. The one that says your value is in your output. The one that says resting means something falls. The one that says if you put it down, you're letting everyone down. That belief is the only thing in the way, and it is yours to change. So here's what you're actually going to do with this. The first thing you're going to do, that list I asked you to write at the beginning of this episode, I want you to look at it, like really look at it. Every single thing you are carrying, I want you to name it, because you cannot change what you have not fully seen. Most of us have been carrying so much for so long that we stopped seeing it. It became the background in our lives. The second thing I want you to do, find the one thing on this list that someone else could carry this week. Not everything, just one. Have him go pick up them kids from school. Let him go into that school line. You got a teenager, let them go drive themselves to school. Whatever it is, make them walk. And instead of handling it yourself, you ask for help with it. You let someone in. You ain't got to wash them dishes by yourself. I know that's uncomfortable, but I want you to do it anyway. Because the first time you let someone carry something that has always been yours, something is going to shift. Trust me. The third thing is the next time you're about to say yes when you really mean no, or pick up something that is not yours to pick up, I want you to stop and say to yourself, ooh, it's that invisible load Patty talking about. I just want you to name it in real time, because the moment you can catch it happening, you go from running on autopilot to making an actual choice. And conscious choices, that changes everything. Now, I know what's going to happen when you try to do any of that, right? Your mind is going to fight you. It's going to say this is too much. Like, now is not the right time. Just handle it yourself. It's just easier that way, right? And your mind is not wrong. That is easier in the short run. Caring of yourself always feels easier than asking. But in the long run, it is what's slowly taking things from you, like your energy, your peace, your ability to be present for the people you actually love. So when the resistance comes, and I'm telling you, it's gonna come, you remind yourself, this is the pattern trying to protect itself, not you. You are not broken for carrying all of this. You are not weak for being tired, and you are not ungrateful for wanting more than what you currently have. You did not choose this pattern consciously. It was handed to you by the women who were doing the best they could with what they had. But you have something they did not always have. You now have the language for it now. You do, sis. And language is the beginning of change. The woman you are becoming cannot be built on empty. She gets built when you finally start treating yourself like someone worth taking care of. That woman has always been in you. And she was there before anyone named her. And she is there right now. And if you are being honest with yourself right now, you already know this. You already know. Come on now. The only thing standing between you and that version of yourself is not the people around you. It's not your circumstances. It's not your schedule. It is the way you keep picking it all up before anyone else gets the chance. The way you keep saying fine when you are not. The way you keep carrying what was never meant to be yours alone and calling it love. That's where the real work starts. And you are ready for it. I would not be saying this to you if I did not believe that. Seriously, if today gave you some sort of language for something you have been feeling for a long time and you are ready to start building from a grounded place, I created something for you. It's called Stability Before Strategy, and it's a free guide. It is going to help you get clear and stable before you make your next move, because you cannot build the life you actually want while you are buried under the invisible load. I want you to get stable first. The link is below. You can find in the description. So sis, I hope this helped you today, or at least gave you some language to what you've been feeling, because trust and believe, I know what this feels like. I've lived it. And you know I got you. So don't try to do all of this in one day. I just want you to take it one step at a time. Give yourself some grace. And that was our episode for today. From my heart to yours. Always shine, always grow, and become the woman you were always meant to be. For now, I leave you with all of my love to protect you and support you as you work through this, one piece at a time, until your best self fully blows. And I'll see you on the next one. Next week, I want to talk about something that lives even deeper than the invisible law. I call it the invisible inheritance. And once I explain it to you, you are going to understand why this pattern did not start with just you. And why does it not have to end with you either? I'll see you there.